Okay, they're all nice and flush and smooth and plush, or what do you want to call it. Now we take our sand and we just fill it up, you know, until we get to about 7.5 litres. Enough so we can put 2 inches of cellulose on top, leaving the same distance or the same amount on top. So, which then allows us to pour on about 1.5 litres to 2 litres of water every night to give a double flush. And we do it twice, and that gives a double flush. And strangely enough, that seems to be the secret. The secret's in the double flush, and don't know quite how it works, but we've been doing some work with this sand, and I don't know. I mean, it's almost as strange as having a rusting nail out in the middle of the garden. You know, it's able to entertain the growth of a strict anaerobe like Clostridium on the nail in an environment of, you know, nearly 79% nitrogen and 20% oxygen, which is a bit weird when you think about it. You know, how can you have a strict anaerobe out in the middle of fresh air growing on there? It's because the iron rusts so fast that it forms presumably a strict anaerobic environment on the end of a rusting nail. So this is almost the other way around in a way. You think that, how can you have a hole like this and not have aeration and all that sort of thing, and have it, you know, like open to the, you know, like this is completely open to the air, you know. You got a bit of cellulose on top, you got sand underneath. It's quite fine sand, as we've shown before, but I don't know, what are we actually creating under here? Are we creating a strict anaerobic environment? What's going on? Needs more research. That's why I'm setting these ones up. But I think we're going to get a surprise from this. I think we're going to get a change of pH. It's going to be quite surprising. So that's why I'm setting up these experiments. I'm going to put one out on my benches and one under the pergola, under the automatic watering system, which gives, you know, half an hour each day of watering, which will give me my 2 litres on top, because you can take a standard bucket and put it next to this one that doesn't have a hole in it. You can collect the water and measure how much you get in half an hour. So they're basically equivalent. I can either sit the bucket like this under the sprinklers for half an hour, or I can pour by hand from a watering can like that directly on there and let it percolate through, which is, and I think we'll find that over time, over about a 2-month period, we'll see the pH change quite dramatically in the sand. So I think we're up to our 7.5. Not quite there. I think we're about there. Might just leave it at 7, because I've got to gauge everything roughly by eye, because I want to leave a nice, I want to be, you know, almost 2 inches of cellulose is enough to put in. And this, of course, is going to sink down a bit because it's not fully knitted in yet, so that's why I'm leaving. I'll see how it goes. So over time, this will, over a few days, and then over time it will slowly sink down, and also the cellulose will slowly degrade. So I've got to keep that in mind as well. So I think I'll keep it on 7 litres of sand, this quartzite sand here. And now we'll start to put our cellulose in, which will be the next step.